Bhagavate Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, wanted to seek the blessings of Radha Madhav, Radha Shyamsundar, Krishna Balaram, Bal Gopal, Jagannath Baladev, Subhadra Singhadev, Gaunitai, Tulsi Mani, Haridas Thakur, Guru Parampara, Srila Prabhupada Guru Maharaj, and the assembled devotees. So, we're continuing with the Srimad Bhagavatam. Today, we wanted to give a little idea of the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is there's 12 cantos, which the Srimad Bhagavatam is split into, starting from Canto 1, which discusses creation, then the cosmic manifestation in Canto 2, the status quo, Canto 3, and then the creation of the fourth order, Canto 4. Canto 5 is the creative impetus. Canto 6 is prescribed duties for mankind. Canto 7 is the science of God. Canto 8 talks about withdrawal of the cosmic creations. Canto 9 is liberation. Canto 10 is Samanbonam, which is Krishna. Canto 11 is general history. And then Canto 12 talks about the age of deterioration. This is age of Kali. So this is Srila Prabhupada's translation of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Very powerful translations and purports. So, in the Bhagavatam itself, 12th canto, it says, this Bhagavatam is the essence of all Vedic Vedanta philosophy because its subject matter is the absolute truth, which, while non-different from the spirit soul, is the ultimate reality, one without a second. The goal of this literature is exclusive devotional service unto the supreme truth. So the authority of the Bhagavatam, Garud Purana, glorifies the authenticity of the Bhagavatam by saying that this is the most complete of the Puranas. It is the purport of the Vedanta Sutra, establishes the meaning of the Mahabharata, is a commentary on the Gayatri, because it actually starts with the Gayatri mantra, and completes the message of the Vedas. It is a Samaved amongst these Puranas, spoken directly by the personality of Godhead. This work with 12 cantos, hundreds of chapters, I think it's 300 odd chapters, something like that, and 18,000 verses is called Srimad Bhagavatam. In line with this, both the Skanda Purana and the Padma Purana, respectively, coincides by declaring how Srimad Bhagavatam is Lord Krishna himself, non-different. This is so powerful. We should understand that Bhagavatam is a real explanation of the Brahma Sutras, and it is compiled by Vyasadeva himself. Whoever gives a gift of this great work on a full moon day attains to the highest perfection of life and goes back to Godhead. So this is from Teachings of Lord Chaitanya by Srila Prabhupada. Each and every verse is so important that Srila Prabhupada painstakingly wrote with great thought his Bhaktivedanta purports, often in the middle of the night. But unfortunately, we are unable to read even a little bit during the daytime. It's also ever fresh. Vyasadeva, this Bhagavatam is written 18,000 verses. And not only Srimad Bhagavatam, he has written 18 Puranas. Out of 18 Puranas, the Srimad Bhagavatam is one Purana. In one Purana, you will find 18,000 words. Each and every word is meaningful. You should study throughout your whole life. Still, you will find it refreshing. So, and this is an interesting point. Bhagavatam is not studied imitating Parikshit Maharaj for 7 days. It's not that we attend a Bhagavad Katha for 7 days and that's it. No. In 7 days, we cannot understand even one verse of Bhagavatam, or to speak of 18,000 verses. That is not possible. But it has become a fashion. Bhagavat says, Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya, Nasta Prayashu, Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavad Sevaya. It is not for 7 days, it is for all of life. And we have a huge debt to Narad Muni, Vyasdev. They've given us this most incredible scripture. So interesting how Prabhupada says, if you study one verse, it will take at least 1 week to understand. So we're trying to do a summary. So let's see how far we get. There are, all the Puranas have at least 5 subject matters which they go through. The Bhagavatam has 10, which is creation, maintenance, special favors given to the faithful, impetus for activity, the prescribed duties for law-abiding men, description of the incarnations of the Lord, the winding up of the creation, liberation from gross and subtle material existence, and the ultimate shelter, Sri Krishna. And the 10th item is the shelter of all other things, all the other items. To distinguish this ultimate shelter from the other 9 subject matter, the Mahajans have described these 9 directly or indirectly through prayers or direct explanation. So these 9 are all part and parcel of the Supreme Lord. And this is where Bhagavatam excels, because it has at least, I think it was 90 chapters dedicated just to Krishna. It is unique. It is unique. So it's unique because it contains all of these 10 subject matters. And more importantly, it talks predominantly about Krishna. So this is the one of the few. Another feature is it contains the pastimes of Vrittasura, who's seemingly a demon externally but divine internally. This is coming in the. This is the son of I think Bali Maharaj, or was it the son of Prahlad Maharaj? Prahlad Maharaj, I think. Father of Bali Maharaj. Very powerful pastime. If one comes in contact with the book Bhagavatam as well as the devotee Bhagavat, who knows what the Bhagavatam is, then such a fortunate man gets out of material entanglement. So if we can meet a devotee like the Bhagavat, and we know that we have the Bhagavat, then our life is successful. And that devotee is our guru, effectively. And Srila Prabhupada is the guru of the whole world, because he has given the Bhagavatam and he was Bhagavat himself. The greatest of all the Puranas. Just as Ganga is the greatest of all rivers, Achyuta is supreme among deities, Lord Shambhu is the greatest of Vaishnavas. So Bhagavatam is the greatest of all the Puranas. So this is from the Bhagavatam itself. It's all-inclusive and attractive. While generally the Vedas teach in an instructive manner, akin to parent teaching child, Puranas teach laterally, like a friend to a friend. So this is, it's done in such a sweet way, because generally it's a discussion between 2 personalities who love each other. And this is why Bhagavatam is very, very special. The poets teach their audience just like a lover speaks to a beloved. And it gives the highest benediction of loving devotional service, bhakti yoga, upon the Supreme Lord. So this is why Bhagavatam is such a very important scripture. The benedictions, this is called Phalashruti, because what the Bhagavatam gives, the benediction, is it frees one from material existence and places the serious student on the path of bhakti. We should try to study the Bhagavatam thoroughly. If we do that, there is nothing more to learn, because we're learned everything. And it causes a revolution in the heart. And it's a revolution of a spiritual nature because it cleans out any impurities, makes us pure, gives us pure knowledge. So it gives us that. It makes the heart clean. And even though it further states that such transcendental literature, even though imperfectly composed, are heard when they're heard, sung, or accepted by purified men who are thoroughly honest. So even then, it is very powerful. Okay, so Sutta Goswami, who was the second person to recite the Bhagavatam after Sukadev Goswami, because he recited it to the sages at Naimisharanya. And he explains the Srimad Bhagavatam is a literary incarnation of God. It is compiled by Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people. It is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Even the main speaker of the Bhagavatam, Shukadev Goswami, has personally testified how, although perfectly situated in transcendence, he was still attracted by the delineation of the pastimes of the Lord. So he's perfect, but even a perfect soul enjoys Bhagavatam, reciting Bhagavatam. So it's such a powerful scripture. Oh Bhagavatam, please do not leave me, ever leave me. Please become manifest over my heart. So we can pray to the Bhagavatam because it's not different from Krishna itself. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he accepts Bhagavatam as spotless literature. He would study it with Gadadhar Pandit. Gadadhar Pandit would be explaining the Bhagavatam because the devotee understands the Bhagavatam even more better than the Lord himself. This is one of the amazing things about Bhagavatam. So every day they would, Gadadhar Pandit would recite and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would listen. And especially the seventh canto, the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj. They would recite that over and over again. It's very, very powerful. It's the highest source of knowledge. And the six Goswamis, they made it their life's mission to give different interpretations, translations. Like Jiva Goswami, he wrote the Sad Sandarbha, a 6-book commentary in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And he's the greatest, one of the greatest Sanskrit scholars. And Prabhupada, of course, he spent years and many, many sleepless nights translating this wonderful Bhagavatam. As God is all light, all bliss and all perfection, so is Srimad Bhagavatam. Just meditating on the supreme position of the Bhagavatam amongst all Puranas should give us goosebumps and makes us think how fortunate we are to have received this knowledge through bona fide sources. This should make us very inspired to make study of the Bhagavatam one of our life's dear goals. It's as bright as the sun. This is one of the verses in the Bhagavatam at the beginning. This Bhagavad Puran is as brilliant as the sun. It has arisen just after the departure of Lord Krishna to his own abode, accompanied by religion, knowledge, etc. Persons who have lost their vision due to the dense darkness of ignorance in the age of Kali shall get light from this Purana. This is why we try to take shelter of the Bhagavatam. It's also regarded to be the ripened fruit of Vedic knowledge. So, and we can drink the nectarian juice through the mouth of Sukadev Goswami or his bona fide representative. It is said that when a parrot bites into a fruit, it becomes sweet. Sukadev Goswami is that parrot. Sukha means parrot. And Sukadev Goswami is a parrot in the spiritual world, his original position. So when he bit into this Bhagavatam, it's made it even sweeter. So this is quite interesting. There's lots of benefits of the Bhagavatam uh, given in this Skanda Purana. Regularly reciting is a way to satisfy God. One who daily reads or hears even a half or a quarter of a verse of Bhagavatam attains the result of giving 1,000 cows in charity. One who reads the Bhagavatam daily with full concentration attains the result of studying the 18 Puranas. There's one verse, especially in the Bhagavatam, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Krishna is the original, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam, the original Supreme Personality of Godhead. Just those 4 words are worth reciting every single day. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Because they express the conclusion of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Vaishnavas like Prahlad are always present whenever topics of Bhagavatam are discussed. Those who worship Bhagavatam are beyond the jurisdiction of Kali. And their house is freed from all sin. They become worshipable even by demigods. In the age of Kali Yuga, this is Krishna saying, I have become very pleased with those who regularly worship Bhagavatam in their home and dance without fear. My dear son, as long as Bhagavatam is present in one's house, for that long, his forefathers consumed milk, honey, ghee, and water. One who with devotion gives the gift of Bhagavatam to a Vaishnava resides in my abode for millions of kalpas. That's eternity, effectively. All the rivers, holy rivers, kundas, lakes, sacrifice, cities are present when
Sorry, Prabhuji, I have to disturb you.
Sure.
I don't know, I can't put my hand up.
Oh, okay.
There is no sign to put the hand up.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Maybe it's your side. Yeah, it's just your side.
I don't know. There is all different things coming on the bottom line.
No problem. No problem.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, what you said about that we have to recycle this name 4 times. What was the word we recycled 4 times? You said just now. In the Bhagavad. Just now you read it. Just
Reciting. Yes.
4 times.
Krishna Stu Bhagwan. Krishna Stu Bhagwan Swayam.
Krishna
Stu. Krishna Stu.
Krishna Stu. S-T-H.
Yeah. Stu. S-T-H-U. Krishna Stu Bhagwan Swayam. Bhagwan. Swayam. Swayam is only or supreme.
So why is this?
Because this is the conclusion of the Vedic literatures, the Bhagavatam. This is basically, this verse is saying Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is the Bhagavan. It's in one of the verses in the Bhagavatam. I can't remember which chapter. I think it's Canto 1, Chapter 2.
That's fine. Yeah, please carry on. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you. The purity one attains by hearing Bhagavatam cannot be attained by visiting Bhatrakashram or taking bath in the confluence of Prayag. So Bhagavatam is more important than even going to the Kumbh Mela. Because Kumbh Mela only takes place every 12 years, so it's worth popping in if one can. So what else he says? Krishna says, "Oh, four-headed Brahma, I go wherever the topics of Bhagavatam are discussed, just like a cow spontaneously follows her calf. I never leave one who enjoys speaking or hearing Bhagavatam. I am unlimitedly pleased with one who stands in respect and offers obeisances upon seeing Bhagavatam. My dear son, I am controlled by those who worship Bhagavatam with the 16 ingredients. And here's Srimad Bhagavatam with devotion. O Brahma, Suvrata, amongst all festivals, the festival discussing Bhagavatam is the topmost. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So this is a little idea of Bhagavatam. Why it's such an important scripture. So, any other questions? Any comments?
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, he was translating this Bhagavata. Was it translating from another language into English, or what is doing, or was it some other? Yeah, probably from Bengali.
Yeah, Sanskrit into English. Also, he was using the previous acharyas' works, and some of that work was written in, like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, written in either Bengali or Sanskrit. So it was a combination of both, Bengali and Sanskrit. Yeah, but
was there any original copies of Srimad Bhagavatam? Anything that he read where he could, which he could find and do the translation?
Yeah,
was it mainly from the acharyas?
I think it's mainly from the acharyas, but he did have access to the original works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had access. I can't remember exactly, but he definitely had access to the previous acharyas, but also to the original works. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Or he had access to that person who had access to, the acharyas have copied the Bhagavatam over time as well as it is. So, yes.
They must have been in a place somewhere safe, because these appeared about 500 years ago with the acharyas and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So about
in Vrindavan there is a institute which looks after. I think it's called the Jiva Institute. They have the original manuscripts, a lot of them, the original writings, a lot of the original scriptures, and they're preserved. They are looked after with a great deal of care. And it's near ISKCON Temple, actually. We should go and visit it one day.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I don't know if they allow. For a certain time, they didn't allow anybody to visit because they were just concerned about the effect it was having on the writings, So.
Okay.
Good.
Thank
you. Thank you.
Are you finished, Mataji?
Yes.
Prabhuji, you said 18 Puranas. Is that the 18 Bhagavad chapters, or is it something different?
18 Puranas, they are works, scriptures on their own account. Yeah.
And what's the difference between Puranas and cantos?
The cantos, these are cantos in the Srimad Bhagavatam itself. So Bhagavatam is made up of 12 cantos and 300 something chapters, 335 chapters.
So one Purana, how many canto?
Oh, other Puranas will have different ways of how they've laid it out. But the Bhagavad Puran is like this. The other Puranas, it just depends. Some are small, some are even bigger.
And when you say cantos, is it a chapter or is it a one?
Canto is like a selection of chapters, and it covers a big section of the
one
different topics. Yeah.
One paragraph or one topic.
No. Canto is like it can be like the 10th canto is 90 chapters. All about Krishna. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Must be too much.
Yeah, it's a lot
to read, and
it's
difficult to remember also.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank
you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Anybody else? Any questions, comments? Okay, let's stop. Bhagavatam ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Vyasdev ki jai, Sukadev Goswami ki, Parikshit Maharaj ki jai.